In this video, I'm going to share why I quit my psychology degree and the only thing that I found useful learning my psychology degree. So my name is Haris and I am the founder of edugrow.org, where I help tutors and edupreneurs grow their business. So let's get started on the first reason why I quit my psychology degree. So essentially, I actually have been learning psychology for a few years in my diploma as well. So I've learned that there is actually not a lot of psychology jobs, right? Psychology jobs. What are psychology jobs, right? Counselors, all of that, right? So the thing is that I realized there's a lot of people who wants to learn psychology, right? And the thing is that there's also not a lot of jobs being offered in terms of the psychology sector. So a lot of talent, a lot of people learning, but not a lot of jobs. What does it do? It makes the market for psychology jobs very competitive. And the thing is that I was learning part-time, so my degree wasn't very well marketed, right? And then there's a lot of students learning psychology in better universities. So what are the chances of me getting a psychology job? Pretty low as well. So the next part is that I also want to get a high-paying job. I was young, I was dumb, I was broke, right? So, and I was impatient, right? And I can't be waiting for 4 years, because for part-time degree, it was very flexible. And at the same time, I was working part-time for $1,000 per month. So does that mean I had to, go through the part-time degree, working part-time $1,000 a month for 4 years? And essentially from the first reason, kind of knowing that I probably wouldn't get a psychology job. So in essence, don't make sense, not gonna go through psychology. That's why I went through a coding bootcamp, and then essentially now I'm starting my own business. But the only thing that I learned in my psychology years of a student is this thing, right? So you might have heard of punishment, you might not have heard of positive reinforcement or negative reinforcement. So I'm just going to summarize simply what is the most important thing that I've learned that is very useful for my life, business, and my teaching career as well, right? So essentially, I realized, number one, personally as a student, when I was learning as a student, I hate being scolded. I don't think, I am assuming here, but I don't think the vast majority likes to be scolded. I don't like when people are scolding me, no matter whether you're my mom, whether you're my friend, whether you're a teacher, whether whoever, right? I don't like to be scolded. So when I started out as a teacher per se, instructor, but my teaching career, I didn't really scold a lot of students, or I really didn't really scold that much as well. So the thing is that it had a lot of number one, because I believe when I scold, I get angry, and that spoils my mood in terms of teaching, right? So I rarely scold, and a lot of times the behaviors of the students is mostly not they're not gonna disrupt my classes, and if I'm able to manage the students well, most of the time it's actually generally okay. So an example is that if you want someone to help you out, for example, can you help take out the trash? Instead of scolding someone why they didn't take out the trash, you just say thank you when they take out the trash and compliment them. It's oh my God, you're such a responsible person taking out the trash. I really appreciate it. You know what will happen when you do that? You actually will make that person feel good, and the chances of this person doing the same behavior that you positively reinforce with your compliments increases. So the thing is that people generally like to hear compliments. You might be thinking it's oh, if I drown them with compliments, they really won't care about the compliments. So later on I will share the pros and cons if you don't do this right? Okay, next thing is punishment, right? For me, I believe that punishment is a lazy form of teaching a behavior. So for example, if and generally people don't like punishment. I don't like punishment myself. So for example, if I were to punish a student on why he is talking during a class, then he will only do that, he will keep quiet when I'm around. But when I'm not around, you know what the student is going to do? Talk. So in essence, it's like that's not the behavior that I'm looking for, because it's very temporary. And most of the time, I need to either raise my voice even more or have a harsher punishment just to, you know, have the behavior that I'm looking for. Instead, I could just say, hey, thanks for putting the effort to really pay attention and not disrupt the lesson. I really appreciate it. Yeah, man, it's like the feeling is different, right? I'm no longer angry with the student. I'm actually happier with the student, and the student will do more the behavior, and most of the time they want to hear more compliments, right? Because generally people don't hear a lot of compliments in their life, right? Yeah, so I'm going to share with you an example of like how it looks like. Okay, so imagine you have two of the same companies, but the only difference is that company A compliments their co-workers or their colleagues or their workers, right, doing their job. It's like, hey, thanks for coming into work on time. I really appreciate it, because like I appreciate people being on time, right? Something that you in a way expect from an employee. Versus company B, don't say anything, right? Come on time, don't compliment. Which company would you likely to join, right? So for me personally, I will join company A because I like to be complimented, right? It's like, hey, thanks for joining. Hey, thanks for coming on time every single day. You know what I'll do? I'll come even earlier. And it's like, and if I say, hey, thanks for being early, man, then like, you know, you feel happy going to work early or on time because you get complimented, right? So another example, for example, so this is reinforcement, right? So with or without reinforcement, you can see the difference. Company A and company B, same thing, now with mistakes, because people make mistakes, right? So company A, don't punish when someone made a mistake. They will say, hey, I saw that you do this. This is a mistake, but don't worry. It's like, we understand you're human. So generally, we don't do this here and there, but you know, next time, you know, make sure to not do this again, and that's it, right? So in a way, you don't really punish, but just like correct the behavior, right? Punish and correct the behaviors, I believe, is different. Company B punish coworker when they made a mistake, which is very typical. What do you mean by that? Scolding. Saying adjectives, words that is not related to their actual like behavioral traits. Like, why are you so stupid? Why do you do this? Have you not learned? And that kind of thing. It's like, you know, even saying that, I don't feel good, right? So for me, it's like, for me personally, I never really scolded my co-workers, team members, students, as maybe I forget, but it's like, I did once where I, in a way, scolded one of my students, but nowadays, if a student don't do what I ask them to do, I will just reiterate again or repeat again, right? And try to put in a compliment as well, so that in a way, I am trying to help them understand why they are doing it wrong, right? So, yes, to just share, one of my students cheated on the test. So normally what does a teacher do? They scold the student because they cheated. But the thing is that I wanted to understand why the person cheated. And this person cheated because he didn't have time doing the test itself, right? And the person who copied the test or cheated from, like, should I, you know, scold the other student who was helping him? No, I say thank you for helping him, right? However, it's like, as you know, this is not fair, right? So if you were to submit this copied assignment, I will fail you. So I'm just it's like, if you are not done, it's okay. I literally say that, it's like, it's okay if you're not done, because I understand, right? So if not, just submit your assignment that you're done, and it can be anytime as well, and just submit to us, because what we care is your work, and you are going to go out there to actually present your work, so you have to, you know, be honest as well, right? And then, yeah, generally I didn't score. I just explained the situation. I explained what I expect from them and then why as well, right? So that is something that I'm getting a bit better by the day itself lah. So in essence, scold, don't scold, which company you join, right? In a way, of course lah, you join a company that rarely punishes because you want to enjoy, you know, working in the company as well, right? And for me, I got inspired by Leila Hormozi, Alex Hormozi, because if you see the highlighted part, they build a culture of praise over punishment. And that's something that's very refreshing because a lot of times people generally are being taught to if someone made a mistake, punish. But I think the better way to do is to praise and try to see how we can see within ourselves that maybe we are the fault or maybe we didn't do things to help this person to not make a mistake kind of thing lah. So that's something that I really appreciate, and that's something that I will do for the current business that I am for my future employees. All right, so that's it about, I go from why I quit psychology and now sharing a bit about the important part of psychology, which is honestly the reinforcement, the positive reinforcement, compliments, right? These are things that people seek for and they feel better because like we are there for them, right? I think generally people are nice people and maybe we don't say that we appreciate them working for us or just being nice to us. So being, doing compliments really help, right? So I think that's something that I am pushing for and I'm doing actively as well. So that's it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you want more of this kind of videos, subscribe down below and comment down on what things you've learned in this video. With that said, see you in the next one. Bye-bye.